Well, guys, I'm going to call this one Castle Siege Part 2. I brought my knights out here. I got this thing. But true to form, I get out here and you can see it's already, you know, going at the proverbial 20 knots. So, like I said, the wind hasn't blown all day till I got out here. No kidding. I put this wind stop up for what little good it seems to be doing. So, with no further ado, and hopefully my wind stop will keep this thing from blowing all over tarnation, and we'll see how this catapult works when I've got all those little army men down range. Well, that was a good shot, but well, a bouncer. I didn't like that one, but oh, that was a good shot, but it would have. Oh, that was a Cortez. Too high. Oh, that was a great hit. Ah, that bounder. Don't need a skipper. Skippers don't really do much, and they wouldn't have done much on the medieval battlefield either. Oh, that would have been a good hit, but it did not connect. Would have been a great hit. Did not connect. That one there would have been. Ah, that was a lousy shot. That would have been a decent hit. Alright, let's see what kind of damage was done. We fired it fairly fast. Let me grab my erasers. Let's see what we got. Alright, it's going to be a little hard because I'm not about to try to move this windbreak, because of the fact that it will be a real nuisance putting it back up. But it is at least effective. So, let me grab our erasers and we'll see how this castle looks now. Because we had a bunch of them that went skittering across there and skipped like stones. We can't really count those. That was actually a pretty good hit. But I'm not even sure where this one actually went. Oh, there goes the wind. So, not counting this guy who the wind just took off the top of the battlements. This guy here got shaken off the wall. Over here. This guy here got shaken down. This guy here got knocked down by a skipping stone, and I think he got nailed by one. And this guy here was out in front. So let's try this again and see if the wind will play nice. A little bit closer so you can see it as we're testing it, and maybe you guys can get a look at this wind poltergeist that keeps messing me up. Here goes. Over the top. Here comes the wind. That was a good shot, but it would have. Another one. Oh, right through the wall. That was a grounder shot. Yep, here goes the wind. So I'm having to fight the storm. Well, that was a skipper. That was a clean shot. Or at least it would have been had it connected. That was a good shot. That was a clean shot. Let's see what this one does. Learning a lot of it may be in the positioning of the eraser on the bucket. The eraser's kind of a strange shaped round anyway. And if you put it up on the back of the bucket, and I'll show you that in a minute. Let's take a look. I don't know right now how many of these the wind brought down and how many of them I brought down, but a lot of these are skipping stones. how many minutes we got left. 13. That's not too bad. Alright, we definitely breached the wall. But that was more or less a skipping shot, a glancing blow. Put her back up on the wall. We'll try this again if the wind will permit. Because we have to kind of deal with the wind. Put him up on that back thing over here. I can't really get to those erasers, so we'll go with what we got. And hopefully this guy won't be... Got this drunk knight over here that won't stand up. Now, we're going to try this again, and I'm going to move this over where you can kind of get a view of it. And we'll try this again. With the wind welling, we'll try this again. Because I'm already seeing putting the heavy part of the eraser on the back side of this thing, so let's see what happens. Yeah, that actually helped. Because that was a good clean shot. It was low, but it was a clean shot. Oh, that would have been a clean shot if it connected. Oh, that was pretty decent. Skipped off the top of the battlements. Oh, that hit the tower. That was nice. And that brought down some of the tower. And that one there went right through the wall. Now, let's go take a look-see. I'll slide around here and grab my eraser. We ended up with a bunch of them over here. Now let's take a look at this. Grab my erasers, at least the ones I can get my hands on right now. Alright. These three went down. The queen went off her tower. This guy flew off the battlement. This guy here got knocked from the battlement. I think that's pretty well it, but it did. Oh, and there's one more guy that fell inside the castle walls. We're going to move him up to the front gate. Set this guy back up, and we'll try this again. So, let me see how many minutes we got left. 11 minutes. We're doing good. Hopefully we'll get it without the battery going dead or something. You know how it does. Between the battery going dead and the wind. Alright, here goes. That was a poppable hit. Yeah, it works better if you put the wedge end of your eraser on the very back, kind of leaning up on the back edge. You can definitely increase your range. Which means that... And I slid it down a little bit and got a shorter range and a lower trajectory. Okay. Try it just kind of... If you put it the other way, it's going to launch in a weird direction. It's going to fly too high if you do it that way. I think that was a good clean hit. Everything seems to be about positioning with this. We're hitting now. And we're at least placing. So we're getting a bunch of them that flew off angle and literally left the range. There's one over here. No, that's not it. One down here, two down here, three down here, and four down here. Two over here. One that fell short of the castle. And two that fell short of the castle, apparently. And our windbreak seems to be holding, thank goodness. Oh, and one inside the archery target. See? It had fallen down inside this pocket with the plastic tore off the archery target. So we'll go ahead and put them back up and we'll try this once more. And we'll try to get all the footage and the testing I can while the wind will allow. If I can quit knocking down everything. I set one guy up and another one falls. And there goes the wind. You saw that one. Like I said, wind not blow all day long. The moment I set foot out here, you'd think we're getting a hurricane or something. Yep, and there it goes. I don't think the wind's going to cooperate any longer. But we'll try it again. I bet the wind's not going to play nice now. So it's starting to pick up. But we'll try it and see. At least till the wind starts knocking stuff down, because that'll really kind of ruin my testing. So we're going to go ahead and try it once more. Alright, I'm going to bring my good hit. Kind of a bounder, not exactly what I wanted. No, that was a clean shot. Bit of a grounder over the top. Too high. No, that was a good hit. A skipper. A grounder. A grounder. Add another grounder, and let's see if I can get one clean shot for the money. Now, it would have been a clean shot, but it did not connect. So let's move our target and take a look at the final tally here. We got about 6 minutes left. Actually, it did cause a fair amount of damage, despite having a bunch of grounders and stone skippers. It did take off the archer up here on the back tower. Took out the queen. Did some severe damage to this tower over here. Because this tower would no longer, in a real world scenario, the tower would no longer be viable. As it's one of its main, as a third of its foundation was blasted out. The tower would have no longer been safe for people to be in. So, I'd say that did pretty well. The next step is maybe sometime in the next week or so to do a tutorial on building this machine. Because it feels good to be building catapults again, it really does. I just wish that we had a better indoor artillery range to do this with. Someplace that I had room to set up. Really can't do it in the house so much anymore because I can't get down to do it. But, you can see. And just in time as the wind is starting to pick up. I wouldn't be surprised if it blew my siege machine off the shelf here. But honestly, it does really well. Now I'll show you a neat thing. Let me get an eraser out of here and I'll show you exactly what I mean by your range on this. If you take one of these, if you set it like this, it's going to fly way too high, because I think what it is this is forming a little more of a weight, so it's going straight up like this or up at a high angle, which is going to shorten your range. What I've been doing to get the best range is kind of leaning it in like this on that star in the middle of it, on the star in the middle of the bottle cap, and then putting that weight right there. Now that seems to work pretty well, because you're actually getting a decent angle of attack and a decent range with it. See, and then you just kind of, and that throws it. What's happening, you see, is when you flip this down, you're importing your energy downward here which is transferring up into the upward energy of this one, but when it suddenly stops, it transfers its energy into your projectile, which throws it into the air. Don't you love physics? Well, anyway, some of the things you'll actually see here being used. There are some simple machines here at work. Pretty sure this would be considered a form of wheel, even though it doesn't completely move. It could also be considered an inclined plane, I believe. There's another name for it, a lever, I think is the term we're looking for here. Anybody that knows anything a little more about physics than me can explain this. I do know that it transfers the energy up like that. And see, the great thing about this machine is that when you do that, it drops back down and automatically into the reload position, which makes it very, very fast to fire and reload. You know, fire, reload, fire, reload, fire, reload. So, if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to get notified, and I will see you cats on the flip side. Don't forget to follow us on Pinterest, Patreon, and Facebook. And adieu. Have a good day.